What's up, YouTube? I'm Griffin, or Static, whichever one you like to call me. And today I have a competitive 3v3 UMG gameplay here for you. This is just going to be about improving your gun skill and improving your aim. So, basically, I mean, it all depends on how much you've been experienced, I guess you could say. It's also been like how long you've played the game. It goes a long way, using a monitor, your connection. But let's get into it. So one thing about improving your aim is having what's it called? Using your sensitivity, like put it on a lower standard base. Now I know a lot of people use higher sensitivity just to show off because I don't know, they want to show off, or they're just used to using that because they're a pub player. But normally, if you're a competitive player, you obviously go from like 2 to 5. That's like the best sensitivity. At least most pro players prefer. It depends. Like if you're a sub player, you might want to go a little to the high end, just because you're kind of running around and you're running near them, and it's just reaction time. Like if your reaction time is lower, then you might want to put your sensitivity up. If your reaction time is pretty fast, then you can leave it a little bit lower. Another thing is just using practice. You always want to just go in, at least try this, go into a free-for-all and at least pick off the veteran bots and just go from there. Use whichever gun you're familiar with, Vector, MTAR, and if you're an AR player, then you might want to go on a bigger map like Freight. Yeah. Also, this is like this is one of the things that you could use as like a controller. You can use these 3 things. You can use a shark controller, a cinch, and a scuff controller. Those 3 both use B's and A's. At least that will help you with your shot. So like if you're jumping, you can probably take them out because they won't expect you to jump. I mean, now pro players do, but it's still a better way to win your gun battle. Another way is using a drop shot, which you can use B, but I still prefer using tactical. So when you're like running around, you can still use B button to knife. That's a great controller to use. Another gear type thing that you can use is a monitor. Try to use a 1 millisecond monitor. The response time will be like on point. Once you pull that trigger, your game will react to it super fast, and the majority of the times other players might be using a TV, or just not as fast, or even equally, but that's going along with your own reaction time as well. There's more to it, like using steady and practice hip firing in free-for-all. I mean, it helps so much. Or yeah, just doing GVs can help you too. Doing UMGs, the skill level gets higher and higher as you go through, as well as other players. So the intensity brings it up, and it helps you get better.
Excellent job, Ghost. Get ready for the next round.
Let's see. Headset, or the way you hold your controller, actually, that too. I normally grip my whole like thumb around it to the point where the tips of my thumbs are actually pointing out. It's kind of weird, I guess you could say. But and then what's hitting my triggers, like I don't know how I do it, but it's like my triggers, it's like hitting, like, you know how you have like 3 bones in your or 3 joints in your finger, your index finger. I use like the one in between all of them. Well, the second one, I guess, like the one from the tip, if that makes sense. Okay, anyways, that's how I can hold my controller, and it's to the point where I can like click my buttons on the Cinch controller, which I don't have, but I plan on getting one. And this is a complete issue entirely. Your headset could matter most importantly, just because if someone's missing a couple shots on the other team and they're like to the side of you, you can easily just pick them off. Like, even if they have like a silence, you won't be able to hear it, because you know you're not even using your headset and it's a silenced weapon. You know, unless you're using a TV and you're using game sound, but still that's a little hard to do. Another thing is don't get caught sprinting. Pre-aim your corners if you can. Pre-aim if you know someone's there. Now, sometimes this might take some people off guard just because they're used to sprinting a lot. But once you realize that once you start pre-aiming those corners, you're going to realize a big difference in winning your gun battles. It helps tremendously. Like, some players, you know how, like, they shoot one of your teammates and you don't think you see them? Still pre-aim that, because you never know. They could just jump back out because they did see you, or they just got lucky and decided to jump back out. That's just one... It's just unreal how that happens, though. I find it kind of weird that people kind of just get lucky. They kind of, go for the jump, I guess you could say. I don't know. But another thing is, after you get a kill, pre-firing. Pre-fire. That's a big issue. When you're, going along with it, like, say you kill someone, and you just have a feeling. You have a feeling that someone's behind you, pre-fire the heck out of it. Or even if you know someone was in the corner.
Search and destroy. Destroy the objective. Bomb acquired. Bomb's been planted.